Hopefully that's better. All right, just waiting for you guys to join. Let me know if you can hear me well. Hello, Tara, Lisa, Sharon, Melissa, Melody. All right, I'm on my computer. You guys are going to listen through the phone wise so I can go live. Because once I'm on a roll, I want to stay connected to that. So try to keep your questions to a minimum, really, because it's not really a mini read for the question. It's for the hands. So hopefully you guys can hear it. If you're not going to be able to, I will have my manager, Stephanie, post it on my YouTube, and you can go to my YouTube channel. And then you can download it. You can re-listen to it, re-watch it. Hello, Barbara, Razan, Patty. Hi, Patty. Michelle, Lisa. All right, let me find it on my timeline. It's funny because I see you guys messages going over my face, and I'm like, oh, I can't see. Awesome, awesome. Hello, Miss Pamela. All right, I'm just looking for the post on the left hand. Remember, the way that, if you don't know how I read, I like doing these type of things just to get out of the norm of questions and people calling for appointments. If you are interested in a reading, healing, past regression, you can go to my website at www.psychicloriejohnson.com and just go through and figure out which one that draws you the most, and then send your times and days to my email. That is psychicloriej@aol.com. And we can get you in ASAP. I'm also a mentor. What I do is, once you sign up in my classes, I set up an appointment with you. Excuse me. And your first appointment, what I do is I bring forth what needs to heal first. And then I also bring forth your guides, your guardians, your loved ones. And then I seek what gifts you do have, and what you're supposed to be doing, direction mostly. And then I do the testings. It's a 5-day course. Yes, AOL. And then I go from there. I'm in 101. There is a private class that I also put my students in. So, you have to remember that we're all here for each other. Okay, can you see me now? Just remember, if it cannot happen at the time that you're really wanting it, because there is no such thing as wanting. It's not a want. It's something that you were meant to do. We're all gifted, one way or another. We're not powerful. We're not gods. We're gifted. We're messengers. We are here to help, not just the living, but the dead as well. And I deal with it every day. Move what way down, Barbara? No. I don't know what to say. Then you're going to see. Hold on, let me look. Is that better? Hello, Craig. As long as you're hearing me, I'm happy. Uh-oh, hold on. I just touched it. I wasn't supposed to touch it. All right, let's see. It's going to be in a distance because I've got to read the computer on the palm. So, all right, let's see. All right. If you guys knew what I was going through, good grief. Karen, everybody knows I'm a weirdo, so I like doing different things. I like not just reading the particular person or a question, or I like changing. I like changes. I like to know that everything that is about us, our bodies, have something to say, and there's a lot of people, and including myself, that have a lot of things that are bottled up, and sometimes our hands, our feet, I'm getting coffee, they actually tell a story as well. So, yes, I love my coffee. Read my thumb. All right. You know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to, let's see if I can. All right. I'm going to add Miss Patty. You're in trouble with Lorie. Miss Patty is awesome. Well, hello.
Hi!
You are driving and watching the show?
I'm not driving. Brian's driving,
Okay,
and I'm in the passenger seat, but we're just getting done with Gettysburg Camp Day.
That is awesome. That is
Yeah.
awesome. You want to tell everybody about it?
Sure.
Okay.
My name's Patty, and I'm with SOS Paranormal. That's my home team, and we're out of Schuylkill Haven, Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
And once a year, we do a tremendous camp for the kids. It's a paranormal camp. We take them to great exclusive places. Last night, we were able to do, we were the first team and only team so far to date to go visit Muhammad Ali's training camp.
That's awesome.
Which was incredible and very inspirational.
I don't know if you know the story, but when my father was in the Navy, he fought Cassius Clay before he was Muhammad Ali. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm sure there has to be video of that somewhere there, because they have video everywhere in there.
Yeah.
It's John Madden's son, which the name escapes me. John Madden's son bought it, and he's going to make it into a museum.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome. So how did the kids enjoy the paranormal part of life? A lot of parents are dealing with their children awakening. They're a lot of them are Pleiadian, they're star children, but they're angels. They're innocents. And I never had anybody explain to me that not just because you're the only redhead out of 10 kids and both parents, you're an oddball, but you are something is different about you.
Well, being the youngest of 7, and I have the blondest hair and the bluest eyes and the palest skin, you'd never think that my mom was Native American. A product of the milkman.
Well, I have to be too, because my father's mom is German. His father is 100% Cherokee Indian. My mother is mother's cousin to Queen Elizabeth. Her father is Dutch, Irish, German, and Italian. So I'm a mutt. But I'm
we are too.
Only redhead, bloody redhead. But when I got older, I started noticing my father was growing his beard. I mean, his hair literally turned white by the time he was 21 years old, just like his father. His father had the premonitions of death, to where he knew that person was dying and how and when and where. And he just told his mother, when my father was real little, he called my grandmother Mama. He says, Mama, I think Lawrence is dead. And she goes, oh, George, be quiet. And the next, 15 minutes later, they got a call that they found Lawrence, passed over. And he woke
Wow.
up that next morning, and my grandfather, being a Cherokee Indian, his hair was not black anymore. It was white. So, but
My mom had the blackest hair. She didn't even start turning salt and pepper until 62,
oh wow, God,
63.
not me.
Yeah.
No, by the time I think I was about 23, my hair was just all white, and it was like, no, no.
Well, you'll have to forgive me. The girls I have 3 girls and Brian, and they're all in the bathroom right now. So if they jump in, they have no idea I'm online with you right now.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I love kids. I really do. I think they're beautiful. They're brats, but I love them.
Whew, they're tired. They're sweaty, tired teenagers. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
just
But
FYI.
well, you know what? They had probably a good day too.
It was a good day. It was a
Yeah,
good day.
yeah. But I saw your message where you said you can read thumbs. A lot of people. It's funny because you know what? If you limit, and I'm talking it to every spiritual gifted person out there that knows that they're gifted. You limit. I mean, there's the old fashioned, and I have so much respect for the older spiritual people that are out there, because I followed all of them. Sylvia Brown, John Edwards, Chip Coffey. I followed all of them, and when I was coming out, I told another medium that's very well known. Um, why is it that I could see through their body? I could see that. And the first thing he said was, pick one gift and stick to that and never tell anybody you could see through their body. And I'm like, I'm not going to do that. Why would I limit and stop something I can do? If I'm giving this ability, it's a reason. It's a reason.
Right,
You
right.
know?
Well, for me, I still have to say that I'm still in my infant stages because I had been suppressed for so long.
Right.
Like I said last night, um, it's just the people that I've been around to be able to accept what I have and not be ashamed of what I have.
No, you shouldn't be
Um,
ashamed. We're all
well,
equal. We're
there was
all
always that little slight of embarrassment because they kept saying, "Oh no, that's not true," or "You're just seeing things,"
you're
and
always.
so you don't say anything. But last night was literally my coming out. That was like my first
That's awesome.
public.
That means you're loving yourself. That's worth. When you find your worth, this is what I do in my healings. I find even in your past lives, whatever you've brought through that you are suppressed into this life, I find it. It's called the Pandora box, and everybody has it right here in the back where the soft spot would have been. I find it. We hide and suppress a lot of things that a lot of people have selected an amnesia. Well, I find it to help and keep you whole when we find our worth and not worry about what other people think and what that person thinks. It took me a long time. I was very shy. You would not even believe 30 years ago this was me. But I was very shy. I wouldn't speak up. I mean, I was dealing with seeing an old man that would follow me since I was almost 2 years old. It took my father 30 years to finally show me a picture of his father. And it was his father that died a year after I was born. So I mean, I want when I do the mentoring, I love it. And when you said I finally came out, that means you finally see the beautiful light that everybody else sees. And I've met you in person, and you are a good
Yes.
lady. You are a beautiful lady. You're hilarious. You do have a shyness to you, but that's your innocence, and that's a good thing because it keeps you protected.
Don't tell too many people I'm innocent now. Come on. I got a reputation.
You can't hide nothing from me, and I'm as big now to the point. If you come to me, there's a reason. There's got to be a reason. So if it comes to me and it's channeled through, it's for you to be known that you're very much loved on not just here on earth, but in heaven as well.
I feel with the network of people that I hang out with, and and I talk to on a daily basis, I know I'm loved.
Yes.
We are a group, and we.
Well, I
I
just got
sound like a
yelled.
religious.
I
You
just
just got
got
yelled at.
I just got yelled and said to tell her no. We appreciate her.
Uh huh. Well, with the people that I surround myself now, like I can't say that I had the best people surround me when I was younger, but the network that I have of
Your
mostly women now. I've
Yeah,
never been
it's
a
your pack.
big. I've never had a lot of good close women friends,
Right.
but the women friends that I have now, they lift me up, and that this is not like a maxi pad commercial or anything like that. I truly mean it. You know, the ladies that I have around me now truly love me for who I am,
Well, it's your
faults and all.
pack. It's your soul pack.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
They
And
are
that
very
is
much
good to
so.
find. I mean, if you're drawn to somebody, but there's a problem, it could be your pack, but it could also be needing in this time in life to finally find peace with it. You know, I mean, I've actually literally found adults more petty than children on nitpicking or competition and it's crazy.
Hello, hello, it's the paranormal world.
I have no time for that. Not to be rude, but you know what? I could be mad at you about something and the next day, hey Lori, I really need your help. Can you do it? Yep, I will. You know, it's just the person I am. I'm not going to hold on to a grudge because that means the grudge has me.
Here they come. Gonna get a little noisy in here. Say hi.
Hi.
This is
Hi.
Angela.
I
That's
watched one of your live streams. I didn't
hi.
really know what was happening.
And there's my daughter.
Hello.
And one of our campers that come up from Georgia every year.
Awesome.
Okay. Okay, keep the volume down, guys. Okay.
So, anyways, with the when you coming out as far as your abilities, you know that you're gifted. We all know there's something different about us. What was it that you first knew that, oh my God, there's something there, type of thing?
Um, like before I repressed everything or currently?
Currently.
Well, I have to say it. When I met my husband, I moved into the house that he had bought before we had gotten married. Excuse me. And I would be sitting in the house, and I would hear things, and I would see things, or little things. You know how it goes. First off,
Hmm.
it starts, oh, your keys are missing, and then you can't find your purse. You go, oh, I
So you were being,
swear I just got that pan out. Where did I put that?
yeah.
And after a while, I had gotten pregnant, and Brian was working third shift. So I would hear these noises at night. And I swear Brian was ready to put me in a home or something, because he was like, there's passed away, so the house was empty next door. And I said, Brian, I keep hearing people run up and down the steps. You're just paranoid because you're here alone over third shift. Okay, well, maybe there was like this small chance. And it would just progress. I would say, oh my God, we heard this, or oh my God, we heard that. And then I would have friends stay overnight. And I'd be like, did you just hear that? Did you just hear that too? And they were like, yeah, but not as vividly as you heard it. And
Right.
so I guess it would have had to have been about 22 years ago when I first, hi honey, you're live.
Bye.
I guess it would have been about 22 years ago that I went, was I right as a kid? And, like mom made me not think about it.
Hmm.
And I'm going to have to roll up my window now.
Well, I appreciate you with me. I know you're busy.
Oh, no. Well, we have a 2-hour drive.
Mm.
We're going to go to our hotel room tonight. So, again, we're just filling up with gas and getting air in the tires, and then we're going to head down. We're doing Penhurst tomorrow. Woo-hoo.
That's awesome. I've been there. It's really, really active. In the back part of where there's a big one first, and then there's one in the back. Be ready. I'm telling you, it's crazy.
We've been down there a couple times, and I have 2 out of 3 of my campers have been there already.
That's crazy. That's
So
awesome, though,
they're,
that they're involved.
yeah, who better to take and learn and enrich, and who better? I mean,
Exactly. Well,
these kids are going to be taking care of us tomorrow. We have to
Yep,
take care of them today.
that's right. That's right. They are our future.
Don't
Yep.
make me go all Whitney on you now.
Uh-oh. But yeah, so the things that you were seeing when you were younger, you were actually almost like, oh my God, I've been there before, deja vu. And then you were like, yep, now I know. I know what I had gone through.
Yes, yes. Little things that I would see, I would say, "Oh, Mom, that guy doesn't have any face."
Hmm.
Oh, stop it! That's just your imagination. But
Hmm.
I'd be like, "Mom, it's so real," and she'd be like, "Just stop! It's just your imagination." Will you stop it? Um,
They're
she would
telling
say, "Oh, it's
scary
just your
stories.
imagination," and will you stop bouncing in the car? Um, so I started to realize that, like, I'm seeing these people now. Like, I can wake up at the foot of my bed, or I could wake up and at the foot of my bed,
Yeah, but
somebody's
a
just standing
lot of
there
people,
staring at me.
right, but the thing is, this is what I do, especially when I do these shout outs or the live feeds. It's my way of paying it forward because I never had anyone there for me to help me understand you're not a weirdo and you're not evil. So, I mean, my father was very religious. He was Baptist. So,
My
be,
father was a Baptist.
yeah, and I lived and was raised in Houston, Texas. So in the beginning, I was Southern Baptist, and honey, there's some holy rolling, very strict. No, you don't see nobody dead.
I gotcha. I
Yeah,
gotcha.
yeah. But I saw my father at work, even though he denied a gift. He knew there was something special about him. When I was about 6 years old, my best friend's father, they moved in a home, and it was an old Victorian home, and he actually was possessed. Something got inside him. This man was a church-going person. He had 5 kids, 4 boys, 1 girl, and when they moved in that house, he was literally something just walked right into him. Because I remember being scared of part of him, not all of him. So I seen, just like I do today, him, but I saw something else too, and it was just totally a black-eyed person. And he would literally, at 12 o'clock, he would have his family circle inside the yard, around in the circles, holding hands while he's sitting like a gargoyle with a shotgun on him. If they stopped, he would have shot them. So the lady had called my mom and begged my father, please, I need help with Stan.
Wow.
So yeah, so I mean the shamanism does come from my father's side of the family. The gifts that I have, my mom is very gifted. She refuses it. Doesn't want it. She's 75 years old and she does not want it.
I didn't think my mom wanted it either. I think that's
Nope.
why she suppressed it, and I think anybody else in the family that would
My
have had it.
mom, yeah, but my mom never suppressed it. She literally, my father passed in '06 at 67 years old, and a year later she ends up living with me, and we were sitting at the table, and all of a sudden all these people just started um evolving and around her, and they're dead. And I'm like, Ma, I said, I see silhouettes. I'm in control. What I want to see is I don't want them full form because I don't want them confused that they're alive. I don't want them to know that. So I make them, you want to come to me, you need my help, you're going to be a silhouette. I can see through you. So I want you to understand you are dead. So I seen my father, my niece, my grandfather, her uncle. I mean, and she just said, "Yeah, that's my uncle." And I'm like, "Ma, you see spirits?" And she goes, "Lorie, all my life. They've come out of the closet, they talk, they don't shut up." I said, "Ma, do you not realize that you are in control? You are where they want to be, so they will listen to you. You are in control." And I said, she says, "Lorie, I don't want the shit." excuse upon. But I don't want it. I don't want to see them. I don't want to hear them. I don't want nothing. But they won't stop because she's denying it. The more you deny it, the more it's going to bite you in your butt. It's going to get more stronger. It's going to recreate anger. Who's the male that's over, honey, that got hit in a car? You were little. He's pinching me right now.
Who is the what?
A little boy. He's a young boy, and he was hit. He killed on a bike accident. He's standing right beside me. He's when you were little, and he's pinching me. He's literally standing right beside me, and he's pinching me.
Oh my God. He's a son of a friend.
He's pinching me.
He was riding his bike in York, and he got run over by a city bus.
That's what he said. He said, I
Wow.
got hit. I got hit.
Oh my God, you just gave me goosebumps.
He's now pinching my back. But he likes to pinch. It's not hard, but he likes to pinch.
Wow. Wow.
Well, you can tell him he's fine and he needs to go visit mommy. He says, no, I'm looking for my dog that got killed.
I think the dog's fine, or the dog was fine.
Did it get hit? It ran away, was gone for 3 days.
I'm not sure.
I'm following the dog right now, and it looks almost
quite
like
a few years ago.
Yeah,
I mean, I was a kid. I was a kid when it happened.
Wow.
Wow, that's crazy.
Well, you know,
I just keep looking at Brian because he knows the story. I've told him that. Yeah. Wow.
Well, you know I'm not fake. Yeah, he was pinching me. He's like, I want to know her. She needs to know I'm here. You know, he's hyper. He's a little autism. He has a little bit of an autism. You do know that, right? He has a little bit of autism as far as the ADHD. He's very hyper. Very hyper. He likes to pinch to get his attention. Beautiful brown, dark brown, dirty blonde. It's dark. It's dark to me. So it's got a highlight of a brown in it.
Well, actually, he's a twin. I'll actually send you the picture of his brother as an adult now.
He goes, what? He's funny. He's hilarious.
I couldn't tell them apart when they were younger. One is Justin and one is Dustin, and I used to go, hey, Ustin, come here.
Yeah. Yeah, but he's got a more of a pointier chin like his mom, and the other one has his dad's chin, is what I see.
I think so. I think so. Wow.
Yeah. Well, he must have been wanting to talk to you because for some reason you're on here live.
Well, I mean, I was at the house when it happened, and we all ran down the street. There was another neighbor kid that was with him, and he came running up and said, yeah, he got hit by a bus, and we went down, and it was a city bus, and it had tandem tires.
Well, he's mad. He's mad that the back tire got bent. He's mad. So he's still living at that time.
It was not a very pleasant scene. Yeah.
No, I see it. I already live everything about him, but I don't want him to remember that part. So I'm giving him like he knows the bike got mangled up. And he says, I rolled, but he did not know that he died. He did not know.
Yeah, it happened so fast.
But he also follows your child behind you.
He follows my child.
He thinks that's you.
A lot of people say she looks like me, so I could see that.
Yeah, he thinks she's you. So he doesn't know that he's gone. And he likes to his hands on his hips.
I have a couple pictures of his hands on his hips. You're freaking me out, Lorie.
Well, I'm actually, I think what we're doing, one, he needed to talk to you, and you can help him go to the light, because his grandma, the little heavier one, the little short with the light hair, very thin, kidney issues, liver issues, she's waiting for him.
What? Oh yeah. I'm sorry. He just asked me a question. Um, I might have.
You're breaking up a little bit, baby.
Oh, did I freeze?
You broke up, baby. I didn't hear you.
Oh, I said that I'm not exactly sure if his grandparents are still alive or not.
I don't believe it's a grandparent. I think it's the older lady that passed right after he passed, like 2 years maybe. I think it's a great grandparent.
Okay, that I'm not for sure
He
about.
says he's calling her Mabel, or it's Ma. It's Mabel or it's Ma. But I hear
Okay,
him
I'll have
saying, "Oh, it's Ma."
because I'm not quite sure. I'll have to ask the family.
Okay, well, you can help him go to the light through with your child or with Pam, anybody. But you can
Okay.
take the picture out and just talk to him and let him know that he did pass. He has to know that he's passed. He says, "What? I died?" I don't think so. And he most definitely loved to follow his father, but he is a mama's boy.
He was definitely a mama's boy.
Yep.
Yeah, both the twins were.
hmm More him. More him than the other one. The other one was a little stubborn, is what I see.
Yeah, he's a little more cocky since then. But he had mentioned his mom went into a depression um, pretty horribly, because she has a constant reminder of the child she lost, is the
Right,
child that looks exactly like him.
right.
And he had said to her, because she had stopped going to church, they were very religious. She had stopped going to church, and um, Justin said, "Mom, I can be Dustin anytime you need me to,
No,
but
he he. d-
You have to go back to church." So
Yeah, she does. And
yeah,
he just pulled out marbles and he said, "I was the one that took them."
I'll pass that message along.
Yeah, because he's got them in his pocket, so they might have been in his pocket. I don't know, but he says he's got four, but he's only showing me three.
Okay, okay.
He's hilarious. Yeah, he's
There's a
young.
lot. You got a lot of questions going on in there.
Yeah, I see that. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and let you go. If you want to watch, that's cool. Did you put a left hand poem on there?
Yeah, yeah, I did.
Okay. I also want everybody to know that July 3rd, I will be in Pennsylvania at the Jenny Wade with Pam and Steve.
And
Um,
me,
if you
I'll
can
be
do me
there.
a favor, and you, yeah.
Uh huh.
Where's the other lady with the purple ends? I love her to death.
Cher,
What's
I
her?
believe
Shit.
Cher will be there.
Okay, I love her personality. She is hilarious. She acts cocky, but honey, I can read through her too. But I like her a lot. She's a good lady. She really is. Um, if you can let them know what's going on at the Jenny Wade, but there's also the Warriors Bash that I will be there as well. I'm going to actually do a meet and greet on the third, I think. If
I
you want to
think I
get
think that's what I heard. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to see if Pammy's on. Actually, I'm going to bring her on. And let everybody know a little bit about it, because I love Pam and I love Steve and I love their shop. I'm
I love.
110% behind them. They have awesome personalities. They look out after people. They look up things. They just don't throw things and, oh, just buy this. No, they actually educate you on it, and I love that.
And
I'm gonna
Steve
see
is
if
very
Pam
honest.
in.
Steve's a very
Both
honest
of
tech
them are,
guy.
yeah,
He will say, oh, that's junk. I don't
yep,
care how much that is. That's junk. Don't buy it. You're wasting your
yep.
money.
And he will. So will Pam, and Pam's also in Reiki, and she actually helps a friend of mine out that some things are still bottled up, and I see what goes on, but what Pam offers, I think it's awesome. If you come down and get a mini read, make sure you get a Reiki session with Pam. She's awesome. Her energy is just totally, it's beautiful. Yes, I see Stephanie's in. That's my manager.
Yeah,
All right.
I just saw that too.
Yeah. All right. Let me see if Pam can uh, write a message on my time right here on this live feed, and I can add you in here because I really would love to see a lot of you guys come out on the 3rd, and just do a meet and greet. We can, hang out. You can join the investigation, I guess. I don't know if there's any tickets left.
I think that there's a couple tickets left. Celebrate Jenny Wade's anniversary, but on her anniversary, it's
Mm-hmm.
July 3rd is the day she was shot and
Yep.
killed.
Yep.
So,
And a lot of people say, they need to get into the house. No, you don't, because a lot of the activity is outside too. And you can start doing video recordings, EVPs. I mean, I find a
yeah,
lot more activity outside than I do inside.
well, yeah, because it's the whole area is active, not just where she was shot.
Exactly. You have the
Yeah.
military men. I mean, I'm going to wind up with the at the Sachs Bridge as well, because I get so much activity there. And a couple times I've gone, and I was going live, and you could see just orbs flying all over the place. You see orbs, I see the people, and it's funny to keep it alive, letting them know that they didn't die in vain. The warriors to me are our heroes, and Pennsylvania is beautiful. It really is beautiful. It really is.
It
So,
is. If you can bypass all of our potholes, there's a beautiful stream or a pack of trees on the other side of that pothole.
I'm in Upper Marlboro, Maryland on Route 4. Let me tell you about potholes. They're craters. So I think they're everywhere. I mean, where is our taxes going? You know what I mean? Fill them.
Not in my pocket.
Yeah, mine either. I'm not doing
I'm
it.
so poor, I can't even pay attention, girlfriend. Let me tell
Yeah,
you.
I'm so poor. My mother sat on $1 and got 4 quarters. So
Oh.
she's skinny. I ain't worried about it. My mother would say, Lorie.
Oh my God.
It's a joke. So anyway, let me see if I can get Pam on live with us. Stay with us, okay?
Okay.
All right, baby
You,
girl. All right,
you,
I'll talk to
I'll
you.
hang on.
All right. Okay, let's see. Hopefully she's still in here.
Now I have the girls in the back here. They're all making noises at me.
All right, if I can find Pam. There she is. All right, I just invited her. Hopefully she'll come on. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. I don't know if she's still in here. All right, Christina. Don't be laughing at me and my dry jokes. It's about, I mean, I could have said it's so broke in PG County. I mean, people have to walk around and, throwing cigarettes just to get heat. Stuff like that. So, I suck at jokes. All right. I don't see her coming. Wonder where she's at.
I know
All right,
she's home.
guys.
She just left the shop.
Oh, okay. Okay. Let's see if I can find her.
Joey, text Pam and tell her that Lorie wants her.
Lorie needs you.
You're supposed to say Lorie needs you.
All right. Let's see if I can ask her to come again. I've invited her, but she hasn't accepted yet, so I don't know. Stephanie, I know you're in the chat here. If you can write the address of where the Jenny Wade is, the Ghost Exchange in Pennsylvania is. Unless Patty wants to tell it. Patty, you want to tell?
I don't have any of the addresses.
I don't either.
Jenny Wade House is right downtown on Baltimore Pike. And if you go about 3/4 of a mile up
there's
Baltimore
Pam.
Pike
All
towards
right,
Maryland.
All right,
There
Pam.
you are, Pammy.
Ooh, almost dropped you guys.
I said Pam said hi. I saw them.
Yeah.
All right, so I wonder, it might be, I might have to get you off for her to be accepted in.
That's quite okay.
All right, baby, thank you.
All right, we'll talk to you soon, hon.
All right.
All right, bye.
Bye. All right, there's Pam. All right, let's add Pam. Pammy's not coming on. Pam, I just sent you an invite so you can come on live so you can let everyone know about Jenny Wade and the Wounded Warriors Bash in Pennsylvania. All right, let's see. Approve. Okay. Well, hello, beautiful.
Hi. Well, I'm not beautiful. I just got out of the shower.
So did I. Hello.
Hi.
All right, so I had Patty on, and I was having you to come on if you don't mind, and tell everybody. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to move Pam, but I can't. All right, so I'm trying to get your address where the Ghost Exchange is,
Sure.
and tell them about the Wounded Warrior Bash. I will be there. I will be doing meet and greet. I will be hanging out with Pam and Steve. I love hanging out with them. And then the Jenny Wade. If there's tickets, how can they, contact you?
There are still a few tickets, not that many. I think I have 5 tickets available. It's always sold out when you come, Lorie. Always.
Well, thank you.
What we do is Lorie's going to have a meet and greet earlier in the day. And then we always start our investigations at our store. So whether you've had a meet and greet with Lorie or whether you haven't, we still request that you come to the Ghost Exchange about 45 minutes before. I serve coffee. We get to know each other. We talk about the history, the mystery, and the haunts of the building. And we become a cohesive team together. So I'm going to depend on you for my investigation. You're going to depend on me. And we're going to go up as a team. And we're going to investigate the 6th most haunted house in the country. And together, Steve and I and the owners of the building, we actually had Blue Star, and we got to historically document the trail of Jenny Wade's body. So we'll show you exactly where she went, where she was laying at, and where she went after, and you'll get the whole story. But it's $65 a person. And you get to investigate with Lorie Johnson. So it's amazing. So as you are actually investigating, you're really going to be in tune with the vibrations of Jenny more so.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah. And then our big event is August 17th, 18th, and 19th. It's at the Wyndham. It's at 95 Presidential Circle. It has grown to an amazing rate. We have over 40 vendors now. everything from paranormal things to metaphysical to there's going to be a jewelry maker making jewelry right there on site. Um,
That's awesome.
it's an amazing thing. So many amazing people who from TV, from WWF wrestlers, everyone just coming together and donating their time for our Pennsylvania Wounded Warriors. And a really amazing thing, Helen, who runs PA Wounded Warriors, is going to be there for everybody to meet. And then on Sunday, she is going to collect all the money that you guys have donated. Um, and we are requesting people please make some baskets for a raffle. Last year, our raffle was not only a good money making thing for our soldiers, but it was fun. Right now we have a night for Cabin 360. We've got some investigations from Ghosts of Haunted Gettysburg. And I'm going to schmoozle some other investigations out. And there might be a private investigation the night of Saturday. I'm working on it. I can't say it yet where it's going to be, but we'll know in a couple days.
It's
So
awesome.
everybody's coming together. I've never seen such love through Gettysburg. So,
That's good. All right, so give them the address. If somebody's in the chat room, Stephanie or Patty, the address to the Ghost Exchange, so and the phone number if you want, and that way they can call you or hook up with you.
I'll give you. The address is 1015 Baltimore Pike. The phone number is 717-420-5791. If you want a ticket, call. Like I said, I think I have 5 more today. People were just calling off the charts for that. So it's going to be an amazing investigation.
Lorie's the best.
Well, thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Yep. She tells you
I think I just shocked the crap out of Patty.
Well, you tell things that you think that you've been keeping a secret, but there's no secrets when Lorie gets a hold of you.
Yeah, no.
So did you see my hand?
I'm going to actually go online. I'm going to do some tonight and then try to do some more tomorrow because there is a lot. Yeah. What I'm doing is a lot of people don't know I'm a freak of nature. I just love calling myself that. But no, you're not. Yes, I am. I do wacky things to change things up. A lot of people have memories of Pandora, but we are, I hear you talk, but I watch you with your truth. So to me, the left hand is close to the heart. I want to bring forth what I see in the palm of the hand. So what I'll do is I'll wind up saying the person's name, and then I'll do the reading, whatever comes forth. If you miss it, just watch it in archive.
Right.
I do have a YouTube channel, so it'll always be there. Stephanie, thank God, I've got her for my manager, and she said hello.
Yes.
Yeah, she's ready for another Reiki session. She needs it.
Yeah. Well, hey, that's being able to be a conduit for spirit is not only healing to my clients, it also I get healed myself. So
that's exactly the truth, because a lot of people don't realize when you're doing readings for people, things are drawn to you for reasons, not just for that particular person, because what we refuse to see in ourselves is actually brought into our faces, and a lot of people don't realize, I just don't do readings. I do healings. I do animal communicating. I do shamanism. I do medical intuitive. I mean, I'm a freak of nature. If it's brought and it's needed, it comes right out. And you know that, Pam.
Yep.
You and your husband, Steve, know how I work. Me, but I think I scared Steve before too, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. He was well, actually, you know what? I'm just going to say this. Steve and I, it was a long journey. We bought a limousine. We take people to forgotten spots of Gettysburg, and it was a journey getting it, because we really were looking for one. We finally got one. Things started happening to it. It was broke down, and we were like, oh gosh, I don't know if we got in over our heads. Long story short, Lori's in the store, and she goes, mice were in it, and they bit up some mechanisms, whatever, wires. And lo and behold, we got a call.
See, I don't just read people.
A couple days later, the mechanic was like, don't worry, it's not, you don't have a lot of replacing to do, it's wires. Mice got up in there and chewed it. And Steve said to the guy, do you believe in psychics? Well, you told us what was wrong, and I said to Steve, it's going to be mice. Mice got up in there, and it was an easy fix. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
That's awesome.
So if you have car trouble, Lorie can fix that too.
What a freak.
Ask
I'm
Lorie,
telling you.
Home Depot's gonna put my grill together right tomorrow.
What is it?
I got-
What do you say?
I got Steve a grill for Father's Day. He said he hopes that they put it together right. Ask Lorie if it's together right.
The leg is a little bit loose and there's a screw missing in the back part of the leg.
Okay.
Great.
He said great.
But it smells good, whatever he's cooking.
So
It looks
Lorie,
like
you're always giving and giving and giving to everyone,
Mhm.
and I think that people who are lucky to come and cross your path, you're just such a healing and vibrational being in our lives. I know that people probably say thank you a lot, but I want you to know that you're really appreciated in the field and how much we really love and appreciate you.
No, I love you too. Thank you. You know, it was I like giving because nothing was ever given to me. And I do have a little bit of a pride like that because if I can't earn it, I don't want it or need it. But knowing that I can put smiles and help another person, especially with their gifts, their ailments, you know, their animals, missing file cases. I've done it all. And I really love what I do. I really do. I finally feel I have a reason why I was born, not just to be beat on or hurt or cheated on or lied to or used. You know, I have a warrior's, what do you call it, a warrior's front, but I'm still weak in the inside. I'm very insecure. I have my issues. I'm not perfect, you know, and I don't nag on myself anymore because I'm not perfect, because I'm not God. I'm not a God. I'm just a messenger. That's who I am. I'm just a messenger, and I'm very honored that I was created to be trusted with what I have today.
Yep. Well,
And I love giving. You know that. I love giving.
You do.
And there's a lot of people, one of your friends were saying that she never shuts up. She just gives it to you. And I'm like, well, if you come to me, there's a reason. There's got to
Exactly.
be a reason. And sometimes we don't want to hear something, but sometimes we have to hear it.
You have to.
And
Yeah.
yeah, most definitely, you know, and sometimes not, sometimes hearing something that we don't want to hear
Mhm.
is actually, it's healing to ourselves.
It is. Absolutely. Healing's not always easy.
No, it isn't. It's very lonely. And being gifted is a lonely a road. It's very lonely,
Mhm.
you know, because people do look at you like, you
They,
know,
I get my gifts for a very long time. Very,
yeah,
very.
you did. Yep, you did. Yep. Just like your grandchild's going to be very gifted, just like grandma.
Yep.
Yep.
I believe that.
So if you guys come down to meet myself and Steve and Pammy, I call her Pammy, but it's Pamela. She also does Reiki, and I'm telling you, her energy is just so beautiful. She has a private room. Um, it's more of a therapeutic Reiki type of style, like I would do a therapeutic reading. Stephanie can vouch for myself, for me, because she has had the Reiki from Pam. That you know, it does help to get Reiki.
Yeah. Relax. You know.
It does. I mean, explain to people what Reiki is. It's really energy, just like I do with my readings.
It's an energy. you become a conduit for spirit. Spirit works through you. It's mind, body, spirit, mind, body,
Well, you
and
call it
spirit.
spirit, but you actually work with healers. So you should say, I work with healers.
I do,
It's
yeah.
not spirit, because spirit sometimes could be, there's a lot of people that are taunted, haunted, and oh my God, there's a spirit in my house. No, you work with healers, mama.
Yeah, right. And
You do.
in Lilydale. Lilydale is a town of psychics and healers. It's been there since the 1880s. It was founded by the Fox sisters. It's a spiritual community with a temple is where I learned. Um, that's an amazing, life changing.
I'm gonna turn away just a little bit so I can smoke. Everybody knows I smoke, but I'm not smoking on camera.
That's all right. So Lorie, I think like I would love to go to Lilydale with you. I think
I
that
think that would
would
be
be,
an awesome, yeah, I think Stephanie's ready to go too.
be a road trip. It is truly life changing. You're truly connected to universe as you're in Lilydale. My journey is to learn how to stay that connected when I step back out into the real world and to the ordinary days. That's
Yeah,
my life lesson that I need to learn.
yeah. But a lot of us have insecurity because there is physical or mental trauma to where the insecurity within us from that pain keeps us limited. And when I'm mentoring someone, just like you do your Reiki, when I'm doing it, I'm actually learning to heal from it myself.
Right.
And you coming out and saying, not worrying about your gift, because when you worry about the particular gift or your problem, you're sticking yourself in this big box and you're only giving yourself that much space.
Yeah.
That's it. And that's not good. I don't want you fixated on one particular thing because you're pissed off at mom and you're angry at dad. All that is nonsense. When you hold on to that, you have strings everywhere.
You
You're
should
their puppet.
cut those cords.
That's right. You do. You have to say, I'm in control. You look at your younger self right beside you. I'm left-handed, and you say, "Thank you for the ride. You were strong. You survived. I'm here now,
Hmm.
and I'm in control now." And you don't get mad about it. You don't, because the more you're mad at something, you become it. Believe it or not, you become it.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely. You become engulfed
yeah,
by it.
you
Like
do.
this. I know I've heard someone say, my cancer. And I'm like, don't do that. Do not take the identity of that illness. You do not have that as a badge. That is not something that you want. Because once you do that,
I
then
always
you
say,
become it.
yeah, exactly. I always say, do you have it or does it have you?
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, because I've had cancer, so I know I can deal. I can understand. Do I worry about it and stress myself? Because number one killer is stress.
Yes, it is.
Stress is almost like putting veins in your ailment because you're worrying about it instead of getting out there and saying,
Hmm.
"I'm going to beat this crap.
Yes.
It's not got me. I've got it. I'm in charge of this crap, and I'm going to
Another,
get rid of it."
another thing people get caught up in are feelings. Feelings are great. You feel it, experience it, let it go. They stay in a chaos, or they stay in that pain. And I'm like, get out of the pain, learn from
Yep.
it, accept it, let it go. And a lot of people
Yep.
stay in that, and that's sad. It's very
It
sad.
is sad. It is sad because if you think about holding on to anger, you're stuck in those memories and you're not moving on and you're limiting yourself to be loved where you deserve. Everybody
Exactly.
deserves it.
Hmm.
Everybody has a mate. Everybody, anything can be your soulmate, but there is your twin flame. But are we to be with that twin flame? No, because the twin flame is a mimic of yourself to be able to heal from that
Hmm.
twin flame. But the soulmate, your true soulmate, is out there. But the thing is, when you're out looking for something that's your twin flame or your soulmate, you're going to end up with everything that you are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And
Yes, Amy, you have to come spend a weekend. It's my niece.
well, you know what? Open your doors and I'm coming. Me and Stephanie will be there on the 3rd.
That's right. And I love when you guys come. It just changes the whole energy of um, not only the building, but people that are coming to the shop, and it it's just an amazing. I love working with you and Stephanie.
Well, I'm honored. I love working with you guys. I love the truth. And why a lot of people say it's telepathy that about me reading the car. I don't read anything as it is, because you can come at me as a good person, but I read energy.
Exactly.
Energy. Everything to me is energy. I see through walls, even though I see the walls. I can remote review. I can astral project. I mean, all of it. And a lot of people are like, well, yeah, well, what's in my hand right now? That's stumping psychic. I don't care what's in your hand. I care about your what you're dwelling, your
Right.
surroundings. What is it that has turned you into what you feared when you were young? And that's what I do. Just like I did a reading on. She's going to be my student. She's awesome. Her name is Kim, and I was doing a remote review, and all of a sudden, there's a man standing right beside her, and then I go and follow in the past to find out who he was, and it was her uncle who passed away. But she also sees shadows. A lot of us don't want to see the person because we cannot accept the dead is walking, the earth. So the shadows come forward. The darker the shadow, and this is my way. I do mine. You see your way. But the darker the shadow, the more the shame they're holding on to. They need forgiving. They need to know that they have passed over.
Right. Do you
Just
think
like
they're holding
everybody
on
says.
to a little bit of that illness that they passed away from too for a while?
Say it again.
Do you think that it's a little darker at sometimes because they're still holding on to the illness, or does
No.
that shed right away?
No, because you got to think about it. They're souls now. They're a massive energy. They are the soul of what motorizes us. Even though the brain directs us, the soul is who we are. And when the soul detaches itself from the body, the brain can still keep the body alive for a while, like the dementias and the Alzheimer's
Right.
and all that. The body's alive, but that person doesn't know who you are because the soul's not in there.
Exactly.
It's not in there.
That's what happened to my mom. My mom wasn't in herself for a while, a long time.
Right. So think about, you just said, is it because of the ailments that they have? They don't have that body. But because some of them don't know that they have died, they still roam looking for that family connection, or they see the light within us already before even most of us can see it in ourselves. And what happens is that it gets overwhelming. But the darker the shadow is, the longer they have. It depends, because when I look at it, I can see if it's a negative or it's a positive. If it's a negative, where the heart would have been, of course, you're in my face, it would be on my right, your left side, there would have been a heart. If there is no light in the middle of where that heart would have been, you've never been alive. So
Right.
I can separate demons to souls that have lived. But I had a lady, and I don't know why I won't let go of this, but it just irritates me. Not a bad thing, though. But she came to me and she said, Lorie, I have a shadow, and he's got a hat on, he's got a trench coat on, and it's a dark shadow. I don't know who it is, but he comes out of my bathroom, down my hallway, and back in my room. And I said, don't tell me no more, because if you tell me anything when you're wanting a reading from me, I'm going to say reschedule, because I don't want to be fed what you think, because we all have an opinion. I want to know what I see. And I looked, and I'm talking to him, and I'm like, well, who are you? And I said, and I know you know that she sees the dark in you, but I want to know who you are. And I told her who it was. She started crying. She said, that's her father. And I said, he wants forgiveness, honey. And she says, no. I said, babe, I know what happened. I said, you were molested. She says, not just me, my sisters too. He was a drunk. I said, okay, but he's dead now. There's nothing you can torment that's alive anymore. So now he needs to move on into his transitions of understanding that living life, that what he's done was wrong. So they put themselves in purgatory. And until he realizes that he's not drunk anymore and he's sober, and what happened to him, what he's done to his children, is wrong. So we go into transitions, and then a lot of souls don't even believe that they're worthy of the light, so they roam, and that's where the mischief starts coming in, and they get darker and darker. And he started getting really dark,
Mm-hmm.
and I said, it's not forgiving him just for him, but it's forgiving him so you can forgive yourself, that you feel that you're at fault for it happening to you from your father. And she says, no, I'm not ready to let him go. And he was pissed. I mean, she goes, oh my God. And he had went into her closet, but her curtains just swooshed open. And then all of a sudden I said, I want to look around more, because I was being drawn in that room. And I'm all of a sudden, she's got carpet. I told her what was on the carpet. She goes, oh my God, I just felt Kool-Aid on my carpet. So, I mean, I'm a detail type of person. But underneath the carpet was a circle with a pendulum star underneath it. And all of a sudden, I seen something dark coming through. And I said, honey, I said, who's the witch in that house? And she stopped. She paused. I said, who is the witch that's doing the seances? I said, she goes, well, it's me. I said, honey, you know that woman that you think that is your mom? It's not your mom. It's an empty, it's a negative. It doesn't have a light at the heart.
Mm-hmm.
It's pertaining itself to be your mother. And she goes, well, I'm trying to conjure my mother because I'm not ready to let her go. I'm like, honey, you're not.
Very bad intent.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I was pissed. I went into a warrior mode. I mean, there's pictures in my old pictures in my on the Facebook where I just did the healing. That was it. My eyes were just glued open. My face didn't even look like me, and I said, "You're wrong. You're not conjuring your mother up. You're conjuring a demon up that has created not now."
Intent. Wow.
Yeah, because what you think you're conjuring is not your mom, but because it's portraying your mom, it's stealing the energy from your mom to portray itself to your mom. I said, so you're creating something that you should not do. And a couple days later, she goes, oh my God, Lorie, I don't know what to do. My husband just found out he had cancer. My son moved out because there was.
I knew you were going to say that.
My son moved out. There was a bad accident. A bad argument between him and his father. Now he's telling us he's gay. You know what? You bring mischief in, mischief starts.
Oh, well, it'll knock your house down.
Yep.
No.
Yep. But I have not talked to her ever since then. It's not that I chose it, but I do not condone stuff like that. I'm a warrior. I work in the light. I believe in God. I believe in Christ.
Yep.
I have no religion because to me, religion separates you from me. But I do have the faith. And I will always have my faith.
Absolutely.
You know, I'm not a Bible basher. I'm not, whatever. But when it comes to my belief, you come to me, honey. You better be ready to listen to it.
That's right. Rock solid.
Yep. So, I mean, a lot of people don't know how I work. A lot of people think that us spiritual people are witches, bad witches, and all that. There are witches. And they're good witches. Back in the day, they named women that were midwives and medicine makers witches.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with witches.
Everybody has to label.
They're beautiful light.
It's our humanness. We always have to label each other.
Everything in this world's got to be branded. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, there are. I know a lot of Wiccans and pagans, and they're beautiful people. They really are. But it doesn't make us separate from each other. We have different jobs to do. I see you, Steve.
Hi.
He has a. What? Don't you dare! He has a water gun.
In the house.
It's empty. I thought it was full.
No, it's full.
Oh my God.
You're in trouble.
He's waiting for my daughter, her boyfriend, to walk through the door. He's going to soak him.
Oh, well, he must have earned it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that, sometimes we have to turn the other cheek because we don't know what they've gone through, but we do have, this world has to learn empathy. It's losing it. I
Yeah.
mean, there are people that can't even open the door for seniors anymore. They don't look out for children anymore. It's very sad. This world
Yeah.
has gotten to be very blinded
And
of
there's no
others.
respect for authority anymore. That's what
No, there isn't.
I don't understand that. I have nothing
Yep,
but respect for our military and our police officers
yep.
and our
Oh,
firefighters.
most definitely.
They put their
Yep.
lives on
Because
the
the
line.
first thing that's going to happen to you, who do you call?
Exactly. Exactly. We don't
So,
call Ghostbusters. We call the cops.
Patty said that Steve's a little kid with that gun.
He is.
As my father always said, he's a Toys R Us kid.
Yep.
Closed or not closed, he's Toys R Us kid.
Pistol.
Yep.
They were too old, I mean.
And we never quit teaching. Also, my mother, as for instance, she was a teacher her entire life. I mean, she didn't go into a classroom and teach, but she would pull. We lived in Baltimore City, and she would
Oh,
let
you're right
kids.
down the street from me.
Exactly. So she saw kids outside, and instead of letting them get in trouble, she would tell them to come into her ceramic store was in our basement. Come in and paint. Come in and paint. And she'd let all these bad kids, really bad kids, come and they'd sit and they would be so constructive and they
Yep.
had an outlet um, for they would have been out on the corner getting in trouble. Instead, they were painting. And my mother, I think her greatest chapter was her last chapter. She had Alzheimer's, but she
Oh,
never stopped teaching. And that is her greatest chapter because she taught me to reach within myself and give back
that's
without
right.
expecting
That's the
to
way
get
my father
anything.
was.
So that was her greatest chapter. She was not defeated
Yep.
by her Alzheimer's, um, although she's transitioned over. But it taught us to be such kind and caring people, and to just give back wholeheartedly. So um, my
Absolutely.
mother's a teacher in my eyes. Yeah.
Yep. That's the same as my father. My father would find people sleeping in barns with their family because they'd lost their home. He would say, "Come on. Nope, you're going to come." And us girls, there was three of us girls and five, well, there's seven boys, but five boys were in the room. And the boys would go out in the living room, girls would get in the bedroom, and those people would take the bedroom. I mean, my dad was always helping somebody. He was an excellent mechanic, truck driver. I mean, that man was such a jack of all trades. And today's society, are forgetting our kids, and that's what's going on with
Yeah.
these kids that are growing up from the 90s and the late 80s, is because they're bored. There's nothing there is no roller skating, there's no drive-throughs, there's no YMCA's anymore. We have to
Yeah.
find a way to keep our kids busy, because if they're occupied and succeeding a sport, something in school. I mean, they've taken so much stuff out of school. What happened to
Right.
arts? What happened to being a mechanic, teaching the kids a mechanic? I mean, it's
Right.
crazy. Weightlifting,
Yeah.
track and field. There's nothing.
Yeah.
There's
They have to
nothing.
empower each other. Bullying is a big thing. And and some people bully as adults too. We need to
Yeah.
just learn to accept each other for our differences and learn to love each other for our differences.
Yep.
Because, boy, if we all looked alike or all acted alike, this world would be so boring.
Yep. And that's what's going on. The kids are bored. I mean, you've got to remember the kids being spoiled when they're grown up. They're a child, and they get to this teenage. They're going to do something to get that attention again. And today, I've
Exactly.
noticed that children are raising themselves because parents can't afford not to work. It's crazy. It really is crazy. It's sad. It really is.
It is, and I think that's what I've tried to empower my children because I was a single mom for a long time. So my kids,
Hmm.
we could have become statistics, or we were going to become victorious, and they were looking up to me to to be that role model. Um, And I failed a few times, absolutely. But I have very strong children. You know, so I hope that I empowered them, and that's exactly like our store, the Gettysburg Ghost Exchange, is an extension of my home. So when people come
Yep.
in, I want to offer them coffee, conversation. There's no judgment and no ego at the store. People come in and we share evidence
Yep.
without knocking
It's
each other down.
education. It's education, but not stuck
Yeah,
in a chair.
exactly.
Yep.
So people get something
Yep.
really good. I shouldn't say, if they get something from Spirit really good, I'm excited for them. I'm like, yes, let's
Yeah,
get
me
out
too.
there and get some more evidence. That's what it's about. So networking,
Yep.
empowering each other as men, women. I've never been treated bad by a man in the field. People have asked me that question. Have you ever been treated negatively in the field because you're a woman? No, I have not. I have always had amazing male friends in the field.
That's awesome. They
Yeah,
are they're awesome. And I've noticed that the paranormal, the men that are in paranormal, they're protective. You
there.
know,
Yeah,
there are some that like to compete with each other, but I don't believe that it's to compete that people are thinking they are. That we have to understand we're all in this for the exact same thing. We need answers. We need education on
exactly.
it. We need to understand why. And I do, and I'm going to keep standing by this, that I believe that every team needs a psychic or a medium or both.
Yeah. Like Scott Grunwald says, we're all going to become evidence one day.
We are. We really are.
I love that, man.
Yep. Yep.
But we are. We're all going to become evidence. And we're going to all run up as soon as we die to everybody's equipment and say, I told you so.
Yep. That's true.
I'm going
Yep.
to
That's
seek you out,
true.
Lorie. If I go first, you're going to be like, Pam, please leave me alone. I'm going to be like, no, no, it's great.
Nah.
You got to tell my
I'll
story.
come see you. I'll come see you at 91, and then whoever's still standing has to push the other one down the hill.
That's the deal. Could you imagine if we were both in a nursing home and roommates together?
Yeah, I can see that happening. But I'm not going in a
We'd be
nursing
like,
home.
we need an outing. We have to go get tattoos. We'll be back.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've never had a tattoo, so I'll probably get one at 91. All
All right. But yep,
right,
if
Mama.
that's
Well,
the most
thank
I
you.
filled with, don't be afraid to network. For everybody listening, network, network, network.
Yep,
Don't be afraid. Share, learn
that's
together.
right.
Don't become unteachable. I learn something every day from someone. Every time you walk through the door, Lorie, I learn something new. So, that's my story.
Well, again, I want everyone to know this is Pam. Steve is in the back. They own the Ghost Exchange in Pennsylvania. Um, what is it? July 3rd. There is going
July.
to be the Jenny Wade investigation, but we're all going to meet at the Ghost Exchange and PA, and I'm going to be doing a meet and greet, mini reads. Um, if you're interested in the Reiki, Pam has the Reiki table set up ready for everybody. But I'm excited. I
Yep.
really am.
I love when you come. So I'm excited to have you, and it's going to be an amazing investigation.
I think so too. I think
So come on.
especially her birthday, the birthday of her death.
We
Oh.
get there every year it's the anniversary of her death, July 3rd, and we go every year, no matter what.
Now, a lot of people don't know
No,
who she is. You want to tell them who she is?
Jenny Wade was the only civilian killed in Gettysburg. She was actually at her sister's home because around her house there was some fighting. So she left and went down to her sister's house, and her sister had just had a baby.
Hmm.
And she ended up being killed, and she was giving back to the soldiers. She was baking bread for them. Um, a stray bullet came through two doors and lodged in her back. And they kind of romanticize her story. They wrapped her in a quilt They took her upstairs, and we will show you the trail of Jenny's body because she bled out at the top floor.
That's sad.
And when we sprayed the Blue Star and we got the trail of her blood, she became a 20-year-old girl, and she became more of a story. She was there in that house. She bled and died for our country.
Yep, she
So
sure did. She was a
it's
hero
amazing
helping.
energy. It's the sixth most haunted country, and absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Her father's in the basement still. Her father was actually in Eastern State. He went crazy because he wasn't there. He drank. He used to gamble. He had bills. He ended up being put in Eastern State, and his energy remains in that basement.
Yeah,
You'll see.
he's stuck. Yep, he's stuck. Trust me. Oh, I see him. Already, I'm already there. Thank you for talking about it, by the way. Yeah, but I do see a lot of people being pulled out and being shot on the. It was more of a gravel road to that house because I go into their time, even though it is this time. So it's a lot more activity outside than it is inside to me, and I
There,
think it could. I think it could be because of the person that shot her. It could have been, more to it than we think.
there has been some hypothesis to that. So maybe we'll get some more of the story when we're in the house.
That would be crazy.
Yeah.
I'm ready for my cameras, my EVPs, my recorders.
Me too. Ready.
I do need to get a motion thing, even though I see them. But, I want to say, hey, look at that. Look. I told you that's that person there.
Well, it validates to someone who isn't seeing what you're seeing. When a piece of equipment goes off, it's validating what you're saying.
That's right. And just because I say it doesn't mean that, I don't need validation. I love to know that, hey, Lorie, you know what? That was crazy, but yeah, you're right on point. Yeah, I like confirmation.
That's a
I
big
just,
yes.
to me, yep, I like it. But I don't sit to wait for it because a lot of people still are digesting what information did come through. But I do have a lot of people that send me testimonials. But if you're watching and I've given you reading, healing, anything, write a testimonial on my timeline. Let people know what you've experienced and what a reading from me you got from it, I mean, just like your Reiki, like Stephanie, she talks about it all the time. She's ready. She's ready to release a lot. And it was crazy that last one when I saw that bee on her. I knew your energy got it, and come to find out, I'm like, why do I see a bee all over you? And come to find out you have a tattoo. Did not know it.
It's my animal totem, a bee.
Yeah.
One of them.
Yeah. I did not know that. But you actually have the owl, Mama, the white-faced owl.
I love that. That is one of my spirit guides also.
Yeah, you have the white owl, the white-faced owl right in front of you. Yeah.
When I hear an owl, actually one time I was driving, I used to live on a dirt road, and I was driving back, and all of a sudden these two owls came out of nowhere, and they sat on the lines above me, on the telephone lines, and I just stopped my car and turned it off and was looking up at the owls and just enjoying their vibration while they were there. And I was like speaking to them, telling them that I was thankful that they were there and watching over our house. It was an amazing time. It was maybe 4 minutes. It's amazing.
That's awesome. It's good that you can see your totem. A lot of people refuse to see something that's right in their face. But a lot of your totems, your spirit guides, your guardians, your guides, your higher powers, your loved ones always give signs. You just have to not look for them, but pay attention.
Exactly. I saw my mother the other day. She was a redbird. She came by the window so fast. So, I mean, it wasn't just a flight of a bird. It was like, boom. And Steve goes, wow, did you see that redbird? I was like, yes, it's my mom.
Yep. I sure was.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, so give everybody the address, the phone number again one more time if you want, or we can write it in there and they can copy the address and phone number. And July 3rd, I will be in Gettysburg at the Ghost Exchange with Steve and Pam.
10:15 Baltimore Pike. The telephone number to get a ticket to the investigation is 717-420-5791. Lori's doing a meet and greet earlier in the day. She is accepting walk-ins, and she accepts scheduled readings also.
Yeah, you can go on the my
So,
website and pay for it or pay for it in line. It's cash or credit. I do have a swipe. Um, David Seiler says, well, plug it up, David. David Seiler and his confidant is in there the room saying hi, Pam and Steve. Stephanie's
Michelle, I
wrote the
wish you lived on the East Coast. Well, thank you, Lorie, for giving me some time, and thank you for coming and doing events with me. And I thank you, for our clients that have a chance to actually investigate with you. So it's amazing when
It's going
people
to be
come together
awesome.
and network, amazing things happen.
Yep,
Yay!
that's very true. I'm excited.
Yep.
All right, guys.
Yep.
I'm going to do a couple of the hands and the palm, and I will do also for tomorrow more because there is a lot. So if I don't get to you, please don't get upset. I will like the picture when I finish reading it, so that way I know that I've already done it. All right.
All right. Well,
All right, Miss Pam.
I'm gonna scoot
Thank
off
you,
here so
darling.
you can take your time with people. I love ya.
Love you too. Bye. Timothy, Rachel, Petito, just send me a message and then we can talk that way if you want, messenger or my email at psychicloriej@aol.com or my website at www.psychiclorie.johnson.com. All right, so let's see. I'm going to start. Let's see if I can get the beginning, the first person, the people. Let's see. All right, I've got David Seiler. I'm going to like it and then read it. So if you guys can just sit and listen and no talking, and then when I'm done, you can give confirmation on the picture or here of saying yes, no, maybe, okay. Like I said, confirmation. All right, David Seiler, I'm seeing that you have a little bit of a blood pressure issue going on. I do see that you do have a ring on, but you're feeling a little bit left out. The way your thumb and your pointer finger is separated, it makes me feel like you have always had a distance between the siblings in your family. Like not really a competition type of thing, but more of you did your thing and they were more in tuned of worrying about what other people thought type of thing. I also see in the pointer and the left hand by the finger itself, it shows me there's a little bit of the cholesterol again clogged up. Be very careful with the blood pressure and the cholesterol. Your pointer finger is away from the middle finger. To me, that's more athletic, but you're actually getting winded a little bit. So that means that you need to lose just a little bit of weight and watch your bread intake and the red meat intake. Your baby finger, the pinky, is very straight to me. I feel that you still worry about what other people think. Don't worry about it, baby, because you're an awesome person. Just let me know. Yes, no, maybe, okay. You haven't. I'm reading for David Siler, Siler. All right, so I liked it. Let me know, David, if it makes sense to you. I'm going to go to the next one. Like I said, it's late. It's 10 o'clock. I didn't expect to talk so much, women. So anyways, I'm going to do a couple tonight and then more tomorrow. All right. All right, I have Alejandra. All right, so Alejandra, I see your fingers are separated. To me, you have a trust issue. Your thumb is more bent back. That tells me that you are a workaholic, but you're getting tired. Your ring finger is a little bit bent. That tells me that you have been married, but it also tells me that you being bent, you're lonely. I also see the pinky is away from the ring finger, and that tells me that you are feeling you need the family again type of thing. I also see that your hand's a little bit swelled up. You have a little bit, I don't know if it's fluid intake, but be very careful with that. It could be the salt, it could be canned goods, it could be deli meat that produces the salt, the fluid that comes into your system. I also see that below the pointer finger and the middle finger, they're swelled up. So be very careful. I do see that in your family, there's heart issues that go on. Stay on your diet, eat more greens and some fish in your system. All right. Let's see. All right, so that was for Alejandra. I'm going to go to the next one. And what I'm doing is, when I posted it was like 3 days ago. So I'm going from the first people that have posted, and then I'm going down. Just have patience with me. Remember, because I read it for this person doesn't mean just because yours does it, it's the same thing. Our hands are like our bodies and our looks. It's totally different. All right, so I have Peg Altemuller. Forgive me if I pronounce it wrong. I'm going to blow it up. Most definitely, honey, you have some blood pressure issues going on really bad. Most of the palm of itself is very swelled up by the thumb. That means that there are some stomach issues going on to me. Your ring finger also has a lot of fluid in it. Be careful with red meats, deli meats, canned goods. They have salt in them and they do retain it. I also see that you have a lot of acid in your system. There's wrinkles at your pinky, but it's very close. So the wrinkles to me tells me that you have a lot of acid in your stomach. Be very careful for GERD, acid reflux. I do see that your thumb is faced away. If you look, it's faced, your hands are like this, but your thumb is more faced like this, like it's being faced away even from me. So there's a lot of pain, anger, and sadness in you that you're trying to hide. You're trying to be the big lady, keep everything together. But honey, your secrets that you keep from not expressing, you're actually hurting yourself. So what happens is, when we withhold information on even our feelings, our body starts to try to tell us, you need to express, you need to release. Most definitely you are a sensitive. A sensitive actually picks up other people's crap, moods, attitudes, sorrows, and we don't realize that it's not our attitude. If you wake up and you feel really good and you go to the bathroom, you go to the kitchen, you grab your coffee or your drink, you go and you sit in the living room at the couch on the left side. Well, it would be my left, but it would be the right. And you're sitting down, all of a sudden you start getting frustrated, aggravated. The house needs to be, you're starting to nitpick everything. That's not you. That's everything around you. So you need to learn to drink water, and you need to start releasing, even if you have to write it down. You're a type of person that is very protective, but you also are not protective of yourself. All right, that is Peg Altmuller. I just like that, so I'm going to go to the next one. Let me know if I'm on point. Good, bad, no, haven't seen it yet. All right, let's see. All right, we're going to go to Sharon Condis Rubin. All right, with Sharon, she's she's the one that her fingers are together. So when your fingers are together, but your thumb is kind of like a distance on it. She's a very tight person with family oriented. The pinky is a little bit away from the other fingers to me. So that tells me that she actually is a little bit standoffish. She wants to strangle somebody in the family, but she's keeping the peace. So she actually takes it out on people around her and not to the person that belongs to it. Her thumb is a little swelled to me, and the top part is a little bit swelled up as well. There's some cholesterol and a little bit of blood pressure and some diabetes going on. It also is bulged out over here on the side of her hand. So that right there also tells me there's some kidney issues going on. Drink more water, change your diet, and get some more vegetables in your system. Okay, so that is Sharon Condis Rubin. All right, this one is Sammy Jorgensen. Okay, Sammy didn't show me all her fingers, but I do see them anyways. There's a distance between a father with her and then her with the siblings. Like, they were treated differently than her. But she was also the type of person that kept everything together. Like, there's a lot of lines in there that tells me that she has many, many lives. She's a very old soul. But I also feel that she is self-sabotaging herself as far as ignoring her needs, worries about everything. I do see the thumb is a little bit, even though it's not in the picture, I do see it. It's a little bit bent. So bent means that she needs to be away. She wants freedom. She needs a vacation. She needs attention. She feels neglected. So when the pinky is separated from the other hands, like her hand is like this. Well, let's see. Yeah, it's more like this. So when it's like that, and I'm looking at the palm itself, I also see that she's doing something she doesn't want to. So what happens is our truth starts to spread. Be careful with that, honey, because when you blow up, you blow up. Start writing down the things that need to be released. All right, so that's Sammy Jorgensen. All right, let's see. All right, we're going to go to, hold on. Okay, this is Trish Calcote. Okay, so Trish's hand is like this, but it's also spread. Most definitely she's got Native American in her family. She has a little bit of thyroid issues going on as well. I also see that there's a lot of separation, like she never felt belonged. She's still looking for her travels. I do see the middle finger is also, it's bent a little bit, like there's arthritis going on right now. She has shoulder issues going on. She's got sinus issues going on. I do see the part of the palm of the hand is a little bit puffed out on this side. That to me tells me that she has some diabetes in her family, that she could be borderline, or she is. She needs to get, let's see, she needs to get checked as far as cholesterol, blood pressure, and diabetes. Thyroid, most definitely. I also feel that she feels left out. and there's a male. I don't know if it's her son or not, but there's a past life with the son, to the point where the ring finger and the pinky, there needs to be closure for that. All right, this is for Trish Calcote. All right, I liked it. All right, this one's for Leigh Lester Alvey. Most definitely gifted. Most definitely a wizard. Most definitely feels left out. Her pointer finger and her middle finger is way parted out. That means that there's some issues going on with a mother figure that needs to be healed. It could be a mother-in-law, grandmother, but it's a mother figure. The pinky's parted out. To me, I feel that she's a people pleaser. She loves to help others, but she's not helping herself. She also has a little bit of, it looks like it could be blood pressure, but not bad, but cholesterol is building up. Her palm of her hand right here, it's real small, but then it comes out to poof. There's some diabetes in the family. Please be very careful with that. I also see that you have feet issues. The palm of your finger, the point, the fingers, the point part, they're very flat to me. You have flat feet, and you're starting to get knee issues going on. I'm still looking at Leigh Lester Alvey. Most definitely, she is most definitely gifted. Her lines are broke though, but they still bleed into each other. There's 2, 3. Wow. You have about 17 lives, honey. You also carry a male with you. It's a child. So I don't know if you've lost a child or not, but that child's face is in the palm of your hand. All right, so this is for Leigh Lester Alvey. She also has some sinus issues going on. Right here in the middle part is a little bit swelled up, so that tells me right now that her sinus and throat issues are going on. So it could be allergy, but it could be thyroid a little bit. All right, this is Latonia Emmons. Latonia Emmons. All right, Latonia Emmons, most definitely psychic. She's most definitely gifted, but she has a lot of lines in the hand to where she feels that she should have had something, but it released itself from it. Her pointer finger is very much away from the middle finger. And to me, that means that there are some issues going on with a father figure in her life. It could be her father, grandfather, a father-in-law. I do see that the pinky's away. She feels left out of the family or the oddball. I do see that there's a ring around her thumb. So she's very confident about herself, but she's got a lot of insecurities. I do see a lot of swelling in the hand and also around here. There's some diabetes coming. Borderline wise, I see some thyroid issues going on. I see stomach issues, back issues, but all of that can be actually worked on. The doctor that you see you need to see another one. It is female issues related. She does have a lot of lines in her hands, but let's see, they still find their way in. She feels neglected by a child. Or she's not good enough. She's very, very hard on herself. Loves working with people that make her laugh. Alright, so that one there is Latonia Emmons. Please let me know after you watch this or hear about your palm reading. Let me see. Okay, this is Kalita Spirits. Alright, Kalita most definitely is a family person. She's the type of person that takes all the crap. Her thumb is this, but her fingers are very, very close. So she's actually needing that family. Very, very tight type of person. Her thumb is a little bit bent. That means there's some sadness in her that she wishes that she could change but can't. I do see the palm is a little bit swelled up. You have some blood pressure issues going on and some, it looks like maybe some thyroid issues going on. But I believe it's to do with the female stuff. So be careful with that and get yourself checked with your, leave the deli foods alone, canned goods alone, and the fluid. Drink some more water. Very, very loved. She's a very kind, loving person, very gifted. She wears a male on her face, but he looks angry. So there might be someone, a male that's passed over that you have not gotten a closure with. Talk to him and get some closure. All right, so that is Kalita Spirits. All right, I'm going to do a couple more and then I'll do some more tomorrow. All right, I have Natalie Cousins. All right, Natalie has her hands are like this. Everything is spread and this pinky is way out. So this right here tells me that there's some family issues going on. She's feeling pushed aside, neglected, and not heard. I do see a ring finger that she has I don't know if she smokes, but there's some front lung issues going on here, and stomach issues and back issues going on. She's very dehydrated as well. She's not drinking enough water. The thumb is a little bit wrinkled, like there's too much water in her, so that means that it could be a little bit of sorry guys, I'm reading it. It's like she's not getting intake through the kidneys, but she's getting it in the body. So that could be diabetes as well. Or a thyroid issue going on. Very, very lonely. She's very lonely. Her lines are broke. She has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lines, and they're all broke except one. So there's, in her past lives, to me, I feel that she has an issue of trust. And through these lives that she's had, she's brought it through with her in this life to where she has trust issues, but yet she still keeps finding herself doing for others and no one there for her. So be very careful on who you draw in, Natalie, as far as doing for. All right, so that's Natalie Cousins. All right, guys, I'm really, really hot. I will do this tomorrow at 8 p.m. or 8:30 again, and I will go through more. Well, thank you, Miss Angie. I wanted to thank you guys for joining and being here and listening to my Lorie's Way. All right, I wish you all good night. Sleep well, drink some water. Most of you guys know if you are a sensitive, drink the water and keep a notebook and a pencil by your bed and just write down what's bugging you out. And what you're doing is that you're releasing that energy through that pencil and you don't need to know that you have it all bottled up. All right, guys. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. I love doing what I do. I love you guys for being there for me and praying for me when I'm not well. I did have a diverticulitis episode. I run after my mother and my grandmother. But I'm doing well. I'm not eating red meats. I am doing baked chicken with salad. So I just chop it up and put it in there. All right, guys. I'm doing well. Thank you. Good night. See you tomorrow.